What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Redcat Live, that one show where Shane spills all the beans about what is in the works next. Thank you, Shane, for volunteering to lose your job and taking one for the team to let the world know what we're working on the back end.
Nitro submarines.
I told you, nuke is better.
Never.
This is gonna. You guys decide. Nuke, RC submarine, or nitro submarine. How is a nitro going to run underwater?
What do you mean? A long tube?
A long tube.
Yeah. You know, when you're controlling with your radio.
The exhaust system has a periscope. Is that the thing?
Yeah. That is a periscope.
Interesting.
It's got a cool little glass screen on it.
A periscope that smokes.
Yeah.
Nitro, oil, and
just in your face.
I'm just wondering how that's going to work with all that oil all over the water.
Don't worry about it.
I have to worry about it. Jeez. What's going on, guys? Let's say what's up to some of the folks that are already in the chat. Vince Vargas, thank you so much for stopping on by, brother, man. It's always good to see you. Yoshi Rivera's in the house as well. RC Adventures is here. Did you know RC Adventures is here? He's here. He says, what's going on, Shane? What is new? What can you spill for me? You may not have said it like that, but I'm going to say it like that.
Yeah, there's, let's see, one, two,
there is
three,
two there.
Four things.
You're right. There is. There's a few things here. You're right.
We can't talk about.
I can't. Not yet, anyways.
Maybe next week.
Michelangelo Barajas, how are you, brother, man? Representing San Diego. Thank you for stopping by. Alfonso Lishida, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you coming back as always. Francisco Garcia, Mike Solomon, Brandon Key, DNA Records, Edward Hargis, Rob Villa, I hope, Villa. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Papa Shorty's RC, Austin Barnes is in the house. Austin Barnes is here? He knew you were coming.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Tim Quintero, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Vince Vargas, thanks, Shane, for helping out, he said. See? You are helping. You are helpful. I told you there's value in you being here next to me. Man, here, I'll get a little closer. Hi, Shane. All right. Hello from Pennsylvania, Nelson says. RC Adventures says, turn the camera. Which way? Oh, that way. He wants to see what's over there.
Nope.
Was that?
Nope.
Darren Collar, what's going on, man? Represent Indiana, man. Appreciate you so much. He says he's loving the beard. Good job on the beard, bro. It's coming in good. He got a compliment.
Yeah, you know.
How about some aftermarket axles for the Wendigo, Shane?
Not at this time.
Not at this time. Not that you know of, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are. Do we still have them in stock? We
Those
made
aluminum ones for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still in stock or not, but worth looking into for sure. Jerry, what's going on? Jerry, again, thank you. Appreciate the question, brother. Keith Garrett, what's going on? Represent Northern Michigan. Nice to see you, your smiling faces. Thank you. I've been working really hard on my smile. I used to smile like this, but now I smile like this. Shane put that smile on my face because he brings some cool stuff that we get to design, some cool stuff that I get to play with here, you know. So
Usually it's just shenanigans.
yeah,
but,
I mean, what's the name of that restaurant that you like going to with all the stuff on the walls?
Stuff on the walls.
Shenanigans. That's what it is. It's a movie thing.
Okay, don't know the reference.
Rob says, just call me Rob. Rob, appreciate you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you so much. Well, okay, no comments from me. Edward Hargis, did I miss your original comment? Edward, I said what's up to you. Oh, yeah, Dunlop, Tennessee. Appreciate you, Edward, man. Thank you so much for chiming in. Guys, like always, not a lot of new stuff happening here. But we did definitely wanted to spend some time with you guys and hang out. Remind you guys that the Guess What's Next campaign is currently happening. I know you put your guess in. I'm tired of seeing the submarine thing come up every single time.
That was Cody this time, actually.
Was it Cody this time?
Yeah.
Well, Cody did a good job. I think he nailed it this time.
Yeah. We don't really tell sales what's coming next, so they're guessing too.
They kind of are an afterthought, right? Yeah. Kind of like they're more reactive than proactive.
Yeah, we tell them about 3 days beforehand, and then get them, let them know the whole vehicle, and then they're good to go.
I mean, you can do that. Big RC Garage, what's going on from Wisconsin, man? Yeah, man. It's been interesting. It's been an interesting week. Did you do any RCing this week?
No, maybe tomorrow.
None?
No.
Not even a little bit?
Besides the stuff here, no. Tomorrow though. Tomorrow we're going drifting.
Really?
Yeah. Tandem RC has a new layout. It has an overpass, which will be interesting.
An overpass?
Yeah.
I might actually come
Elevation change is cool.
Well, actually, I can't. I got people over. But nonetheless, guys, check it out. We have a Guess What's Next campaign that we launched last week. we already had an overwhelming number of people that have already entered. Close to about 5,000 people have already entered into the giveaway, which is really awesome. We do want to preface this by warning you guys. What do we need to warn them about?
I have no idea. You didn't tell me.
Well, you know, in the comments on the page when we post.
Oh, every time we do this Guess What Next campaign, we have like these spam bots coming in. Don't click their link. Only click the link that we give you from the official Redcat account. They'll even like take our account like name and do some weird
They'll take
like
the
add an
picture.
apostrophe.
Yeah, they'll take a picture,
So-
but the script that they use is different.
Yeah,
And
it's really weird.
so, you know, be leery, guys. You know, there's only one Redcat Racing when it comes to Facebook. We're not going to announce a winner in there. The facts are that we're going to announce it next week, Wednesday, on this show. We're going to announce the winner of the giveaway as well as unveil the new product that I was actually able to film with a couple of the guys from engineering. And we actually filmed that vehicle the last 2 days in the heat, so I'm a little extra toasty today. I'm sunburnt, but it was well worth it. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it. But absolutely, we're not going to announce in the comments who won.
Yeah.
So make
and
sure
we're
that,
also not going to ask for your credit card on that, so definitely don't do that. We just need your name and email and your guess.
Absolutely. So if you guys see that happen in the comments, and it's only happening on Facebook. So if you guys do notice that, make sure you just, you know, report the comment. I usually try to do a good job of removing them quickly, but sometimes, like, I'm
Well,
eating.
they'll do it at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
2
sometimes
a.m.
I'm sleeping or I'm eating dinner and I'm like, oh, dude, I got to go in there and delete. So just, you know, keep an eye on that, guys. Make sure that you guys aren't falling for that. We're not going to announce a winner in the comments. It's just that simple. But while you guys are here, I do want to hear some of your guys' best guesses. What was your guess? If you had a guess last week and you want to change your guess, I'm not going to change it for you in the system, but I want to know what you guys might have anyways. So let me know what you guys think it might be here. Jason Earl, what's going on with you? Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Keith Garrett, he's saying, oh, he's replying to someone. Boho, are you going to do a new drift body?
It's on the table. We haven't looked into anything at this time, but it's always possible.
That's good to hear.
So.
Okay. Prius?
No.
Come on, dude.
You
A
know
Prius
what I
would be
wanna
so
do.
sick. Just don't make it a
But we'll
Tesla.
see.
Matt might,
No.
we may never see Matt again.
I've got a friend who makes body kits, but we got to see.
Okay.
It depends on when his comes out.
That sounds kind of enlightening.
Yeah.
So, Ricky Weeble, what's going on with you, man? Says I'm gonna be a double.
Can't read that one.
Oh, I can't read that one. No, I cannot. That's totally Ricky Weeble. Oh,
Yeah.
That's him in full force. Skunks Customs, thank you so much for hanging out with us out of Prescott, Arizona, or as us Californians and us everywhere else in the world call it Prescott. But the guy didn't like his name, I guess, so he wanted people to call it Prescott. Did you know that?
Weird.
That's
No.
why Prescott is. He was the founder of the town. He didn't like.
Interesting.
He didn't like people calling it Prescott, so he says it's actually Prescott. So it kind of took
Well,
off.
he's wrong.
I mean, pre-Scott. I mean, Scott's turf. It's not Skit's turf.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
I mean, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that from the local Arizonans out here. Papa Shorty RC says he thinks it's gonna be a Vespa. Dude, that'd actually be kind of dope.
Sure.
Right? Hey, Blue Dooley says scammer's gonna scam, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge problem on Facebook.
It is.
Instagram, not as much, but it's still a problem.
Right. RC Adventure says my vote will not count. I forgot to put the guess, but did everything else. So his guess is blank. So technically speaking, he could win.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't come out with something, do we have the date when that's going to end?
It
we announce that?
It will end next Tuesday, and we announce the winner on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
So I believe it's would that be the 22nd?
As long as you have, like,
Yeah.
maybe someone else that lives with you, someone
yeah.
that might not be in NRC, use their name and email.
Stop that. I use Shane's.
Tell
email.
them to go use their name.
I
and
use
email and
Shane's
give their
email
guess.
for every reward point possible.
Unfortunately. Got a lot
but-
of Petco stuff.
Yeah, so the giveaway will end on the 23rd, and the winner will be announced on the 24th live on the show. Don Galindo says a 52 Deluxe.
That'd be cool.
Darwin Carrasca says a boat. Jacob Eckwright says, I'm guessing it's going to be another basher. I don't know, man. I think the market is so oversaturated with bashers. I don't think that would make total sense, but you never know. I filmed it, but I'm not allowed to know what it is. You know how hard it is to film a new product wearing a blindfold? Dude, it sucks, man. It's hard. I don't even know if I got it in frame, to be honest with you. But time will tell. Flintstone's car, slugs were said. Jason Earl says, I'm thinking a 110 scale basher / monster truck. Paul Morales, what's going on with you, man? How you doing, bro? Rex Racer is here as well. JZR Garcia says, what's up, Redcat? Happy Wednesday. I guessed a boat, you know, something different for a change. Let's see here.
Have we said if it's going to have wheels or not?
I mean, it may have wheels.
So I've said vehicles.
It could be landing gear wheels. It could be drone wheels.
Okay.
Just
making sure.
It could be submarine wheels.
It could be one of those old Tyco land, air, sea things.
Hoverboard?
No. Just like it rotates up into like a boat as you're driving along, and then you click a button and
you just gave it away.
It's really old.
We can't even have a giveaway because you just give it away.
You never know.
You messed up. Mr. Shadow says, can you turn up the servos to make it go faster up and down on the 64? Not really, not with the stock servos. The stock servo is going to give you what it gives out, considering its output. The BEC set up at 6 volts. That servo at 6 volts to 25 kgs are only going to give you what they can give you. They're not the fastest servo. They have 25 kgs of torque. If you want something faster, you're going to want to go with a faster servo. Potentially step up to a 3S LiPo battery or 2S LiPo battery, and in some cases even, you know, install a BEC. But we've seen some folks out there that recently started talking about and announcing some new new servos, hopping servos. I believe they call it the piston pump, and he claims that no BEC needed on 3S, and it is doing fairly well. So, I mean, you could put 4 of those on your vehicle, and it would be pretty violent all the way around. Yep. You know. But yeah, something to think about for sure.
You can always add like a Habuing 1080 G2 and bump it up to like 7.4. The rear servos.
They're still not going to give you a lot more speed, but it'll give you a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more. It's very incremental, but you know, they're rated for 6, so going to 7.4 is not. You know, you should probably get like some faster servos.
Yeah, I mean, I have Lowriders 300s all around on mine, and I have one car that has one Monty with 4 of them, one in each corner, and then I have a 64 with a 4 servo kit, the front.
Oh yeah.
And I have three of them on there, 4 of them on there as well. Nikki 6, man, I hope you did not waste your guess on that. He says it's going to be a bed dancer. Yeah. The reason why I said that is not to be rude, but it's because the whole world knows we're releasing a bed dancer, and we're going to tell everyone when it drops. So don't waste your guess on a bed dancer. It's not going to be a bed dancer. Bed dancer will actually announce.
Yeah, we'll tell you guys when the bed dancer's coming. It will definitely not be a guess what's next, because how many people are in the group now?
Shoot, close to 600, and then
all those people are going to know. Right. Hey, it's dropping this week.
Right,
so.
And a couple hundred more, maybe even 1,000 people have already pre-ordered it. Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So it's one of those situations where it's coming, and we're going to be pretty open with everyone when it's on its way. So don't waste your guess on that, guys. Nikki's like, dude, I need to come up with a new email address and try again. Clive Huey, micro RDS.
That'd be cool.
That'd actually be kind of cool. I would love to see a 118 scale RDS. That'd be dope. I've been really big into the micro scene, so I can definitely enjoy that. Drave says an SCX6 competitor, something to compete in the 1/6 scale market when it comes to crawlers. That would be very cool.
That'd be cool.
Ricky Weevil says it's Skeet's turf.
Sure.
Yeah. Sid, the RC guy, all the way from Colorado, repping hard. What up, Sid, man? Appreciate you taking some time and hanging out with us, bro. Hopefully you and the wifey and the business, everyone's doing well out there, man. You keep doing good things for everyone out there, man. Keep supporting the hobby and all your amazing customers out there, brother. His guess is going to be a short course. We need a 110. Jason Earl, how are you today? I'm doing great. How about you?
Pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty solid. Finished a couple projects. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you finish?
Stuff.
Dang.
No one's going to see it for probably a year still.
That makes sense. Darwin Carrasca says a dirt bike. Maybe something to compete with other dirt bikes out there already?
That'd be cool. There are some solid competition.
There is. Casey Hobbies and Toys says an R5 relaunch. You know what the R5 is? You weren't around for the R5.
I have one on my kitchen table.
Did you really?
Yeah, I found a picture of my camera roll before. The Vigilante is that R5 relaunch.
Was it a Polaroid though?
No, it was just in my.
It was like a 6-megapixel picture with.
No, that wasn't that long ago. I had this current phone.
Did you? This one?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, because Aaron peer pressured me into buying me a phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. How about a rear hauler dual axle? Not what's out right now.
Real hauler. Oh, like a. Oh, 2 rear axles.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of depends. So the hauler's more of a. There were a couple that were at SEMA actually that had a single axle with a dually. Mm-hmm. So it's more of that ramp truck style than like a rollback, like super industrial crawler.
Right.
Or hauler. So that's why it's kind of styled that way. It's not really meant to be like a 2 rear axle setup.
Shane Miles says lots of drift cars coming out right now, huh?
Oh yeah, it's a great time to get into drifting.
Dude, so I mean, we've been keeping our eyes open. You know, I mean,
we know all the things.
We actually probably knew a lot more than most people knew at certain points. We can probably say we saw it coming, but in a good way. I think this is great to see another manufacturer get involved. 2 manufacturers at that. Yeah. One definitely more of an entry level that is a household name. Yep. I'm sure you're going to probably see. You ran a drift shop, so you've already had quite a bit of experience with multitude of brands, especially from overseas. Yeah. And we won't ever talk any negative on any brand that's out there doing it. We tried doing it ourselves, and we've done our due diligence on it. It'd be great to see us expand on it in the future. You never know what can happen. But kudos to those that are in the market, and again, adding more people into the drift scene.
Yeah, especially adding more options into any of the RC things, especially like RC drift is so, I guess, niche that like it's besides very, very high-end, top-level buggy racing, it's probably one of the hardest RC things to get into. Sure. Besides like flying stuff, we don't go off the ground here.
Absolutely.
But it's very difficult, so adding more options is great to get more people in.
100%. So. And it definitely looks like at least one of those options, especially the one that I saw today, is definitely catered to, in my opinion, someone that's really new into this sector. You know, I mean, who knows if they're going to expand more on it, but it's kind of cool to see maybe something out there for folks that need that not newer, but even more friendly user type of vehicle. You know?
And realistically, it just means we're going to get more bodies, we're going to get more wheels. We're going to get more upgrades for base, because a lot of the drift stuff's universal for the most part.
Especially the aesthetic stuff, right?
Yeah. So it's only a good thing for the hobby.
Jason Earl wants to know, where do you place your entry? So check it out. There's a link in the description of this video that'll take you right to the form for you to be able to fill out your guess. It'll take you right to our website. You can also go to our website, redcatracing.com, and find the form there as well. Chris Stanley, the winner has to buy tacos for everyone. I'm not going to say no to that.
I wish that was the rule.
Yeah, right. Jay Babula, what's up, brother? How are you, man? He's out here saying, what's up to the Redcat family representing PA. Appreciate you. Mr. Shadow, or can I use a front servo on the back? You absolutely can. It's pretty normal. Like I mentioned before, the front servo on the 64 is the Lowriders 300. I have the actual production 300s, not the gold ones, but the ones that you can buy from Reeves. And I have those on the front and the back of my car. But again, you do need more output power to those servos to get the most out of them. Having an ESC like the 1080, which is the easiest and cheapest way to go, will get you to what, 7.4 volts?
7.4, yeah.
That'll wake them up a little bit more. But if you want to really fully take advantage of the total output, you're probably going to want a BEC, whether it's going to be, the Jeffrey's gate pumps or his servos or our servos, or even some of the other servos that are out on the market as well. To really get the maximum output out of those servos, you're going to need to bump up what kind of voltage they're getting, right? Hybrid, what's up, everyone? Appreciate you. JC Garcia says, I think something by Redcat to compete with the Slash would be awesome too. You know, a lot of people don't know we do offer a stadium truck, and it's the Blackout series. And they have offered a Pro with a brushless option and one with the brush option. I think for the buck, definitely something worth looking into for those. But it's really hard to compete with out of the gate when you create something to compete with something like the Slash, I feel, because the Slash A's been around forever. It's probably on its like 9th or 11th version of it.
Yep.
So, you know, we would obviously be starting from scratch on V1, you know, but they've done a great job. That company does a great job at their products. No knock on them by any means. Nikki66, bed dancer again. He's like, I'm sticking to it. I'm going to double down.
I'll tell you what, it's definitely not going to come out next week.
Right, absolutely. I mean, it's a good guess. It's going to come out eventually,
Yeah,
right? So.
you know, it might be this year.
Right. Roadside RC's in the house as well. Troy, what's going on, brother, man? Appreciate you so much. Hopefully you're having a good one out there. Roadside RC says, is it a cyborg?
I think Tesla's coming out with one, right?
I think so, right?
Yeah. Maybe. We'll do a licensed one.
Right. Rex Racer says, I think it'll be something that'll compete with the Mojave. You know, that's another
good guess.
Yeah.
Kind of on the same line.
Mm-hmm. Drone or micro RDS, Clive Hewing says.
Can't read that one.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Ricky Weeble says it's going to be a back massager. So that'd be kind of cool. Redcat back massager.
Well, yeah.
Code Reefs are programmable. They are programmable as well. Yep. Mm-hmm. I think they're detuned slightly.
The center case is aluminum, and then the outer cases are plastic. I believe that's the only difference. They might be set at 80 like most of the other ones. But,
right.
But yeah, you can add a little bit to them.
Perfect.
So just watch the heat.
Jesse Messiah says, that's it. I'm going to get you a chain. Keep a lookout in your mailbox. Bro, okay, Jesse, I'm telling you, one of these days, the next time I decide to wear that shirt that you say I always need a chain for, I have a chain that I bought on Halloween. It looks like some of the chains other people wear claiming they have gold. But I'm a rocket on the show just for you. But I might even send you a text. Got to make sure you see it, you know. It'll be my homage to the one, the great, the amazing Jesse E. Macias. Always good times with you, brother, man. Hopefully you're doing well. For those that don't know, man, anytime you're in town, Jesse, where you at? One of the best barbers in town. You got to check the homie out. Ricky says he runs his servos at 16.7 gigawatts.
Fair enough.
That's a lot.
That's some power.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, that's what 82S.
Right, 82S. Yeah. Oh man. Drave says I've really been liking my SCX6. They need some competition in the market. No other manufacturer makes a 1/6 scale crawler.
We've talked about it. Mm-hmm. It's an idea.
It'd be cool to see something come of that. I mean, I'm sure, regardless, even if you were to start on something, it would probably be forever before you can even get something done. But that'd be kind of cool. I would personally like a bigger crawler. Yeah. You know, in general, I'm a big geek for the big stuff. 10 scale's been done so much that I kind of like the small stuff and the big stuff. You know.
There's a point where, like, we're kind of seeing it now, where the 10 scales, you can innovate to a certain point, but now we're getting these crazy, like, cab forward carrier bearing crawlers that it's not really a truck anymore. It's more of a front axle that has a rear one connected, kind of.
Sure.
It's interesting.
So Nikki Six changed his guess. It's going to be a RDS Pro.
Oh, okay, that's a better guess.
Well, let me ask you a question. Actually, a theoretical question. What would consist of an RDS Pro? If an RDS Pro was a concept idea that we can make happen, what do you think? What do you envision a Pro looking like?
It'd probably just be the aluminum parts. We don't have an aluminum rear end just because if we were doing an aluminum rear end, it would have active toe, but active toe is not really easy to tune. So it depends.
I say we remove carbon fiber, we go plastic. Super upgrade. I'm just saying.
It's funny. Some of the other manufacturers have a fiberglass reinforced plastic that's like, it is lighter than carbon. It's interesting.
Okay. And some of the other manufacturers from overseas actually use quite a bit of plastic as well, if I'm not mistaken, right? So not abnormal.
Yeah, plastic, fantastic. Okay. And you can, like, aluminum upgrades are nice, especially like the ones we have change the geometry quite a bit. So like you can move your shocks in, and you don't really gain any extreme performance advantages, but it looks really cool. Right. But realistically, you can take a plastic chassis and win comps if you really want. Just you need to be a good driver, and you need to have good electronics.
Have you ever won a comp?
Yes.
You have?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was at my shop, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. You had the inside track on your own
apparently.
track. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I think I've been in. I was definitely at top 8 at Super G probably like 3 years ago. And then a buddy of mine knocked me out. Probably top 32 another time. But
Nice.
I really go to comps and like when we do drift comps, I just send it the entire time and don't play it safe like you're supposed to on like even in qualifying, like usually you just do the first one real safe so you have points.
Yeah.
Do the second one full out. If you hit a wall, it's not a big deal. And I just drive like that the entire time, and it doesn't work out.
Obviously.
Like, we did a competition at Tandem 2 months ago, last month, for their Cactus Drift series, and we did one sweeper, and then there's a little manji, and then back into another sweeper, and I was following someone so closely that like he barely tapped the brakes, and I just like
Smacked right into him.
threw him right into the wall.
At least you guys can get around the track. Like
Yeah.
I felt like I started getting it down, having a good time with you guys out there. But then, life happens. I've been busy, haven't been able to get down there. And I feel like I'd be really intimidated to go back out right now. And
It depends.
just to play with you guys, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like riding a bike. The group of us that drift a lot here have been doing it for like probably 3 years, except for Cody. He doesn't count. He got really good really quick, faster than anyone I've really seen.
Cody's also a rare breed.
Yeah, special breed of cat for sure.
Yes. Skunk's Hobbies says the Power Hobbies 265s are a good option. The Reef 300s and the Jerry servos do the trick for hopping, all programmable. So thank you so much for that information, Robert. Appreciate you. Ricky Weeble says we need a 118 scale hauler.
That'd be cool. I'd be in on that.
Yep. Dean, what's going on, brother, from Hawaii? Appreciate you, brother. Tommy Hermes says a lot of people asking what is the benefit of pre-ordering through dealers in the Redcat site. Also, would there be a special edition for pre-orders? Tommy, what are we talking about specifically? Because when it comes to bed dancers, dealers aren't taking pre-orders. They shouldn't be taking pre-orders anyways. Pre-orders should be done with us for that edition. Now, dealers are going to start being able to also pre-order themselves some as well. There's a deal for them at some point, and they're also invited into the group, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong on some of those, but I'm almost 100% sure I think I got that right.
Unless you're talking about the other situation where like this vehicle that we drop on next Wednesday.
Right.
When we ship them out the same day we tell you guys. So if you don't order us from direct, you can probably pre-order at a hobby shop on that day, and they'll get it within the next couple days. But there's no added benefit. It's just knowing that you'll get one.
Right.
So-
And sometimes, like always, it's good supporting your local hobby shop and giving them some love. Support your local brick and mortar. And sometimes people live in areas where they're like, Redcat. So yeah, ordering from us works, and some of the benefits that we offer with that is being able to offer you quick shipping here out of Arizona. If you're on the West Coast, you usually can get it 2 to 3 business days. If you're on the East Coast, you're looking at 3 to 4 business days. So that could be a benefit in a way as well. Reward points helps as well. Micro, what's going on? He's saying what's up from Italy. We got some folks from Italy, bro.
Fancy.
That's what's up. Moke is in the house as well from Kauai, so appreciate you as well. What's happening, Redcat? I'm loving my Ascent Fusion. It's an absolute animal, Avery says.
Definitely a fun rig.
Clive Hewing says a 4-wheel steering 18 Ascent.
That's cool.
Let's see. See, another 1/6 scale trail truck. People really like that as an idea.
Maybe we should do one of those. That sounds like a great idea.
Someone says an off-road hauler. So maybe being able to do like a 4-wheel drive,
Yeah.
COE, but not.
I mean, there's an Easter egg on the front of the COE. The transmission's actually a 4-wheel drive transmission, and then I just made a cap. I think Aaron did.
Yeah.
We made a cap to just bolt onto the front. So if you find some rear axle that has like a passenger side drop to it, you technically could bolt it in with some dremeling.
Right.
I
Roadside.
haven't done it personally, but I kind of wanted to. But we'll see.
Right. So Roadside says he noticed that someone else also used a Hexfly gyro.
Yeah, that was we saw that one.
We saw that too.
They're
I mean,
I don't know what I can say as far as that is, but
well, I mean, I'm glad that what we were working on with Hexfly works, and obviously
pretty
it was
solid gyro.
well enough to see other manufacturers use it. So I mean, I take that as a positive.
Yeah.
And that same Hexfly gyro is comes standard on all of our RTRs.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, if it works, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, more power, right on.
And like it's pretty solid. Like I have quite a few RDSs at this point. Like my main comp build has how much is that gyro? Like $150. It's like $150 gyro, but all my other ones have the stock servo and gyro, and they do great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially on like a weight shift style chassis, it's pretty solid.
100%. Drave says, off topic, how is a Vigilante restocking coming? From what I was told, we should be seeing, originally a few weeks ago, I was told sometime late July. I usually go into a meeting before the show and try to get a little bit more information, but unfortunately, I've been really swamped with getting editing done today, so I don't have an exact time frame as to exactly what day they're going to arrive, or if it's still in that same end of July time frame. We're getting closer and closer to the end of July, but I'll try and get you guys a more solid answer for next week's show as well on that. But great question, Drave. Thank you so much for that. We always appreciate comments like that. Stay Small says, hello from the 505. Did you guys reveal the price point? Trying to narrow my guess. Nope.
Yeah, if we say the price point, you might know what it is.
I don't think
I don't think. Yeah,
they
no.
know. It's 555 5555.
Yeah.
Plus 55.
Hopefully not.
Plus or minus.
$17.
Right. So Jacob Egger says, I was watching Scale Builders Guild and saw one of the other companies today. Didn't look too bad, actually. No, absolutely not.
We had some good ideas.
Yeah, we keep an eye on all those things. And like I mentioned before, we would never intentionally want to talk bad about anyone. And like I said, for us, where we stand, we feel it's a very positive motion for two companies that distribute here in the U.S. to get involved. And there's fanatics, there's fans of, both brands, and there's fanboys of them, and cool, if that gets them, those fanatics of those brands out of maybe a crawler, or maybe to be able to add getting into drifting, dude, more people on the track, the better. Let's have fun. I think at the end of the day, that's what matters most. Ricky Weeble says, drift wasn't my cup of tea. I know, I saw the way you drive, bro.
Yeah, it depends. Like I said, like, it's difficulties up in there, like with like buggy racing, and we've got a lot of buggy drivers here that are really good, and they're not good at drifting. Where I'm not good at racing a buggy, but I'm really good at drifting. Yeah. So
I wouldn't say I'm great at crawling. I feel I'm okay. I'm good at. I've been crawling for a long time. It's the one thing I know most, right? The crawler scene and crawling in general. Driving, Shane can at least attest that him and I have been able to go back and forth, and we both killed some pretty gnarly lines in our time. But crawling is my thing. Drifting, I loved it. I haven't mastered it. I think I do okay with everything else, but not great at everything else. And I can ultimately tell you, I suck at flying planes. Bad. I crash them. Bad.
Oh yeah. Every
time. My drone too. I broke it again yesterday.
Oh jeez.
Filming yesterday's stuff.
Is that why you guys are using Aaron's?
Yeah. Okay. Aaron's is dope though. The Avata 2 is sick with the FPV. I might have to spend the money on one because it was really cool.
Yeah, Oscar bought a plane at Pearline by the Fire, and I think it got 30 seconds of airtime.
I flew it for a few minutes, and I just don't fly it again because I need open space.
They bounce really well.
It was really nice though.
Yeah.
It's
we used to sell them at my shop all the time.
Yeah,
they bounce really well.
Yeah, they're really awesome. Definitely, I'm going to be using it again at Pearline by the Fire this year again. So it was a good time. I kind of want to add some LED lights so I can fly it at night though. So.
Supposed to be crawling at night.
Right. Yeah. We'll do that too. Depends on how many adult beverages we have. Jordan Langsy says, thoughts on offering an LR 260 chassis again? Monte, no body, no electronics, or builder's kit for the Monte Carlo.
We probably won't. Have we said the reasoning for those chassis kits on here?
Yeah, numerous times. The reason we offered the LRH 285 was because we just had an influx of overstock. We ended up having a huge order of like 2,000 units that came where the bodies were damaged. The paint was too thin. It was very transparent. And so we took the bodies off and decided that we were going to just sell the chassis with electronics in them. And that was the chassis kits that we offered for the longest time.
But as far as like a LRH 260, which is the Monte chassis?
We've never offered that in that same way.
We could always do it as like a, the designer show kit. We've talked about it a little bit.
And we already offered them, I think, as individual parts, right? If I'm not mistaken, chromed out, but not assembled with electronics.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so it kind of depends. You can piece one together. We don't have anything like full kit kind of idea.
Right. So. And especially if you were able to take advantage of like the 30 days of deals, I mean, you probably could have ended up getting a good one for the buck. But Jordan, I love the recommendation. I love the suggestion, man. I know the powers that be are always listening, and it's stuff like that that helps us kind of think of ways to suffice our customers. So thank you so much for that.
Sometimes it, gets us to persuade them into doing things.
100%. Let's see, short course trophy truck, 110 scale, 6x6.
Sure.
Juan Antonio, what's going on, brother?
We've talked about the 6x6 thing. 6x6s just don't seem to sell sometimes.
Yep.
Depends on the body.
Let's see. Those old Team Redcat SCTs were awesome back in the day, Roadside says.
Pretty solid.
Juan Antonio says, show trucks where you could do really well as the amount of detail, like a show truck. That'd be cool in the future. We talked a little bit about that last week.
We talked about it, yeah. We have meetings basically every week to talk about this, or new ideas. So.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Rick Smith says the new 1080 V2 goes up to 8.4 volts.
So
right. That's true.
I forgot about the V2.
Yeah, dude. So the V2, great, Rick, great recommendation.
I still have
for those that want a little extra kick.
Yeah, I still have like 20 of the V1s sitting around, so
right.
I have to upgrade most of them.
JZR Garcia says my whole line of Redcat crawlers, so we need a Redcat off-road hauler so I can haul them around. That's what he wants.
Oh, okay.
So Jason Macias, Bakersfield, that's where he's at. So if you guys want a good quality haircut, you got to check out Jesse. If you're in his neck of the woods, the dude gets down, he cuts bars, bro. I'm telling you right now. Rex Racer, can you put too much brass on your axles on your Ascent? My axles are so heavy now. When I flip my rig over, the shocks fully compress. Brass apocalypse is a thing. Friends don't let friends brass up.
So it really depends, and it really depends on the group you're with. Personally, I like to have my rigs as light as possible, just with like a good 60-40 weight bias. But it seems like it depends on where you are, because certain areas, like heavier rigs, seem to do better. And not like 13 pounds, but somewhere in the 7-pound range.
And it also depends too on whether you're going to be trying to do comp lines or if you're trailing your truck.
Yeah.
If you need some, articulation and thereof, there's always that want depending on what you drive. So as an example, here's my personal Ascent. I don't run at this point. I'm not running any springs on it at all. So they're gonna, if it's upside down, it's gonna compress no matter what. Yeah. But obviously in the front, I got my brass Trio axles, but that's all the brass that sits in the front, and in the rear I have Trio brass outers on it as well, and that's all the brass that sits on it. But MIP drive lines, and mine sits completely fully drooped at this point. For the way I drive, I found this kind of works a little better for me, but this is not everyone's cup of tea. So you gotta make sure that you tune it the way you want to. Mine has a set of Hardcore RC stainless steel links on it. Obviously, I swapped out to the Ascent Fusion carbon rails to kind of change up the dynamics a little bit. Hobby Wing, Fusion Pro, 777 Reefs servo for steering, and a 289 LP servo winch as well. But yeah, I mean, you can't have too much brass. I think right now mine sits at a 60-40 split, if I'm not mistaken, with the battery where it's at. But yeah, I mean, I think just utilizing the brass where you need it makes the most sense. And what I tell people is there is no perfect setup for your crawler. Set up the crawler the way you drive. The way I drive, this works better for me. And I have other trucks that I drive where Shane has seen it. I will run shocks with no oil in them and freaking kill lines with it, but that's that way that truck runs. And it has super heavy axles on it on top of it. So lower center of gravity is always good. It keeps you planted. I like it that way, but my setup may not work for the way you drive. So, just use precaution, and that's why I always tell people, go out and drive your truck. I always like starting with a stock truck, make a small adjustment, go enjoy it, find out what the weak points are, make more adjustments. The benefit of having shocks and springs is obviously being able to change your dampening rate, right, with the spring preload, which helps. But yeah, this is how mine sits right now, and she's fully drooped out, and everyone's going to have a little bit of a different vibe with it. So.
Yeah, it depends on the terrain too, because I usually don't add anything in the back, but if you're doing a lot of downhill stuff, it might get too light in the rear, and you might just front flip. So
Right.
then you need to add some weight in the rear,
Exactly.
or take weight out of the front.
Right.
So it's
Right, and then also
very situational.
right, and also keep in mind too, the heavier a truck is, regardless of whether the weight is down low on the axles or on the chassis itself, foams do tend to make a big difference too. You know, the kind of foams that you use are gonna make them. These are the
3D printed ones.
no, these are actually the Enduro ones that I was messing with.
Oh, okay.
That I was joking around with, but
Interesting.
I really want the flubber busters. Right? Is that the ones?
Flubber?
Flubber.
I forgot what his 10 scale line.
Yeah.
But Flub RC.
Flub RC. Yeah.
That's the one I've been using recently.
That's what I want to move up to on
Him
the
and
next
Squid.
one.
Squid
Squids.
inserts.
Yeah. Rosetter says, "Where's my long base RDS so I can run a lowrider body?"
Yeah, Troy messaged me. I'll get it to you. I have to draw it, but
DNA Record says, "We all know you're going to drop a 124 scale finally."
24 scale what?
Yeah, right. Teddy Westby, what's up with you, man? Joel Sparza,
Big
what's up
range.
with you? A lot of options in 124, right?
Yeah. We could do a 124 scale bed dancer.
Right.
Jacob will hate me, but you know.
Right. Joe Blair says, "I love that you use customer build photos to promote. You have shared mine a few times, and I get excited each time. Thank you for creating a product that we all can enjoy and have fun with." This is huge for me. When I started with Redcat, you know, that was one thing that I was told. Like we love sharing people's builds. It's not normal. You know, people usually share, you know, product pictures all the time, and I think it really says a lot. You know, that we're always trying to watch, you know, and see what people are doing with our products, and we want to reshare them. So the problem is that not every build, you know, picture makes the cut for a couple reasons. Sometimes it's the way the picture is taken. If the picture is taken in a format that makes the truck, because you have to remember this image has to go on TikTok, or no, sorry, Instagram, X, Facebook, Pinterest. So it has to be a certain aspect ratio to be able to fit all those platforms. That's one thing that a lot of people, you know, it'll end up cutting off some of your vehicle. That kind of sucks when we want pictures of to share. And other times too, it can be, you know, your vehicle has other products inside of it. Sometimes I don't really mind too much of that, but if it's an obvious other product, we want to highlight the product itself and not a multitude of other.
It has to be pretty obvious
companies.
it's a Redcat.
Right,
So,
right.
you know.
And sometimes we get tagged in them, but it's hard to tell because the picture doesn't really depict what it is, you know. But we appreciate all you guys that tag us on those pictures. Let's see here. Teddy Westby says, "Hope all has been well with you and the family, because even though we do this, we still real people." I appreciate you, Teddy. Yes, man, my dad has been doing a lot better. He's home recovering, and I'm just blessed to still have him around. So I really appreciate comments like that. They mean the world to me, brother. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm going to scroll a little bit ahead, guys, see if there's any main ones. Casey Briggs says, "It would be nice to have hobby shops offer their customers an easy way to pre-order new stuff like the bed dancer and get the same benefit as they pre-order direct from us." Well, that'd be hard to do, right? If you were to buy it from them, how can we vet that you actually paid for it, you know, and have you in the system? There's a lot of variables when it comes to that. I do.
The bed dance is a very like special case. Like nobody in RC has done kind of what we're doing yet. So it's a lot safer if we just try this one, because we might do this for other products.
Right.
We haven't really talked about it, but
Exactly.
we could do it for a crawler at some point.
Right, and the reality is too, you know, to add to that is, you know, like you mentioned, it's the first time that we've done something like this, a program
And
like
anyone's
this,
done this,
not just the
like
car,
RC
but the
wise,
program.
yeah.
So, you know, we didn't know if it was going to fail or
Yeah.
you know, succeed. We still don't know, honestly. Like, we're still kind of
it's not done yet.
Week by week, we've had 12 episodes that we do lives on within the behind the scenes group to do that. And yeah, I mean, from what I understand, dealers are going to be able to order some, and at that point, once their orders are made, when we make the final order of these, is when we're going to allow dealers to make their order, and you can order one from them. But if you wanted the benefit of all the behind the scenes stuff, which is us talking about literally how the vehicle is created and built and designed, like we're going into CAD work, showing you files, and actually really
We're really showing
nerding
you stuff
out.
we're not supposed to be showing you,
Right.
to be honest. But yeah.
But
it's more fun.
if you want that experience, then yeah, that'll work. But if you want the Founders Edition truck, your dealer at some point will have an opportunity to order some, which at that point you can allocate one with them. So at least know that option is coming. And if you choose to not want the Founders Edition and choose to want the regular edition, which will be a little cheaper and come, 30 to 45 days later, you can do that as well. It may not come the way the Founders Edition is going to come. But if you want to say and how your Founders Edition is going to be made, then you're going to want to join that behind the scenes group and pre-order with us to be able to have that conversation with us and have that happen. It'd be, I think, way more of a S show, or just a disaster to have dealers take pre-orders and have them entered into the group, not knowing if it was going to succeed or not. We took a really big gamble at doing this program, and at times we're still looking at each other like, is this working or not? But so far everyone's enjoying it. People are very intuitive, and the community that we have within the Facebook group has been really awesome. Everyone in there is cool. There might be one or two people that feel extra opinionated, but that happens when you have a lot of people that are passionate about the way something should look.
And we're deciding on stuff like paint, wheels, whatever that are going to come with it. So, you get that extra little say. We read through everything on that page more than kind of our other pages. So.
100%. Tommy says, will there be Founders Edition for Bed Dancer or Special Edition? Yes.
Yeah,
that is what's on pre-order right now. What is on pre-order right now is the Founders Edition truck. And what Founders do is you buy the truck, you go to Facebook, and you enter in your order number, your email address, and you agree to the terms that are the rules that are there. We let you in the group, and you are part of the Founders Edition group. That is the Founders Edition group. Within that group, right now, we're going over the entire design of the vehicle from proof of concept to what it is right now and where we're at with it. And at some given point before we make the final order, there's going to be some things that we're going to allow some people to vote on, things like color, wheel tires, even some other things as well that we're not going to get into on this because they rightfully paid to have that information brought to them. But yes, that is the Founders Edition. That's going to be offered. Some dealers are going to be able to order them as well. They'll be able to have them, and that they'll be able to order them when we actually make the official order. And then we're going to have a regular standard edition, which will be, again, available sometime later.
Yeah, if you don't care for the extra, pizzazz of having the Founders Edition, we'll have a regular version for everyone to get.
Correct.
So.
Andrew Surrey, any talk about new releases? Not yet, but as I mentioned before,
next week.
That'll be next week. We do have a new release. It'll come next week. We'll have a video that we'll share with you guys, and we'll announce the winner of the Guess What's Next campaign. Off topic, can y'all do a Redcat hoodie? I wish we could, because I want one.
Yep.
Bad.
We've both been asking for it.
Right? I want one.
Especially for Proline, it would be very nice.
Right. Kenyon Smith says a leaf-sprung Redcat crawler would be epic.
I've been trying.
I would want that.
I brought it up in many meetings.
Right. Dustin's in the house, man. If you guys don't know, 110 Rod Shop, man, he has some killer stuff that he's been releasing for the 64. And dude, the stuff that he has is out of this world. I mentioned it on last week's episode. I think once I can get through this next week's episode, maybe we can get Dustin to join us on live and maybe highlight some of his products. So, Dustin, man, make sure you reach out to me. Let's see if we can make something happen on that one. I would actually be kind of cool to highlight some of those cool stuff that he's got. Chris Stanley, any word on gold show chassis? Not yet. We do have our hands full at the moment with the release that we're going to be dropping right now and some other releases that may not be too far behind as well. So as soon as we can get caught up, I know that it's on the chopping block of discussions for engineering and the owner. It just depends on when they want to finalize that and get back to it. But it has been brought up. It is on the long list of things that we want to look at. It's just a matter of if it makes dollars and cents and when we can fit it into rotation for our next orders, if that is doable. Any word on when the Clear Ascent 18 body will be back in stock?
That should be. I know our main parts order is in port right now, so that should be in the next week or two. The Ascent 18s.
Perfect. That's good information. Dustin said, guess it's going to be a lowrider truck, old school.
Be cool.
How about a Chevy Dually? Pull a 5-car hauler trailer. That'd be dope. Actually,
Be interesting.
Duramax.
I don't know what that.
A Dirty Max.
It needs to be like a box Chevy.
No, just don't make it a Colorado.
We'll see.
I know you love yours, so that's why I had to put it out
Yeah,
there.
it's solid. Solid unit.
Towing capacity.
I got that torque.
I saw you got it dirty too.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I forgot
bro.
to wash it the last 3 days.
A working tow truck, Jacob Thompson says.
That'd be cool.
Let's see. My Fusion still rocks the stock brass. I haven't needed to add any more, JD says.
Yeah, that's why we added the stock brass on the Fusion. I've been running my regular scent like that for I don't know, however long, and it's really solid. You really don't need more. So
I like that, man. Kenyon Smith says a small child-friendly crawler with smaller transmission would be a cool addition. Take a look at the Danchi Ridge Rock, the Ridge Runner. Really great for the buck. Even the 110 scale Everest 10, right? The E10 would be a great starter crawler as well, something to look at. And honestly, the Ascent 18.
Yeah.
It's a great truck for the buck, you know, for those newbies, and not a lot of crazy stuff breaks on those.
And the controller is smaller, right?
I believe it's about the same. Slightly bit smaller, but not a lot smaller. Brings Vargas. I remember when Oscar first started at Redcat, was pumped they were adding him to the fold, or on the fold. Especially coming from the Bay Area, man. I've had a lot of great folks that have been super supportive of me being here, and I really appreciate that love, man. It's really been amazing to do. Alternative Worlds. Yes, as a retailer, I agree we should have pre-order capabilities. And again, you probably will have pre-order capabilities on that. And I'm sure that if there's anything new that comes out and you fall within the realms, they should be reaching out to you as well on other pre-orders. So definitely reach out to your dealer, your person in charge of sales, whoever the representative is, and get informed and get some information. And if you fall within the realms, hell yeah, man, let's get you guys taken care of. Kenyon Smith, the shop truck would be cool as well.
If you want a shop truck right now, RC Everyday does make shop truck kits.
Oh, does he?
And they're pretty sweet.
They
don't do anything crazy. They're just a cool shop truck. But, you know.
Van-based crawler.
Van-based crawler would be interesting.
Yep. KC Break says, if you don't get away from local hobby shops to be able to do it, then we lose customers. If customers order from us and pre-order with you for customers, but you do, that's a super long runoff sentence. But customers, but it gets us the sale. I already have 4 planned ordering. I can order for our store. Definitely something, anything related to sales, guys, I would definitely recommend reaching out to your sales representative. They'll be able to answer any of those questions furthermore. I don't do sales. He doesn't do sales.
They don't tell me anything.
Yeah.
About sales.
I do media. He does engineering. But like I mentioned before, I do know that pre-orders are going to be made. I know that email was sent out, and if you're not checking your emails, checking the scratching post, if you're a dealer, it's very important because there's a lot of information that you might have missed pertaining to that. So double check that scratching post that you guys get as dealers is intuitive with information, and emails that you guys get from us. It's very important because it gives you the most latest and greatest information when it comes to those kinds of avenues. So don't miss out on those things. I can't tell you how many times I hear these guys, yeah, we sent you an email, I didn't get it, but then they'll check it after the fact. Oh, wait, no, I got it. I see what you
A lot
mean.
of stuff goes spam.
Yeah, absolutely, especially because we sent so many emails, too.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Kenyon says a Willys Space crawler, a C1 comp crawler.
C1 would be cool. Well, that's kind of why the Ascent's a flat skid. It's pretty solid. Like, if you take the stock Ascent, throw some 419s on it. It's pretty solid.
Absolutely. Little Egg RC says a Machete 110 scale would be extremely fun, and the Redcat answer to the associated V2 110 scale Truggy. So you never know, man. Maybe something in the future for sure. Casey Brake says, I'm still waiting to get a proof of the bed dancer page. I have access to it. And Casey, as long as you have entered all your information, you should be able to get in without any problem at all. So definitely make sure that you're doing that. In fact, let's see here. Casey Brake. Casey, did you pre-order? Or are you a dealer? If you're a dealer, you got to make sure you enter in your information for the dealer. But I see you have an invite. It says you requested it 7 minutes ago, but you didn't fill out any of the form. You didn't enter any information. So unfortunately, I have to decline it at this time. So make sure you fill out that information. If you have an order number. If you're a dealer, you got to make sure you put in the store and at least the dealer name so that we know and we can vet it. And you allow us 1 business day to verify all that information. So
yeah, we've only got 1 guy approving it, and there's quite a lot of people. So sometimes it takes a day or 2.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Andrew Surrey, is the new release ready for order next week? I hope you're building a ton of them. Everything that we're going to be releasing next week is here.
Yep.
They're back there in the warehouse. So
Yep,
yes, they're already in stock. Kenyon Smith, sound is still good here on our side. I still see audio very well, so you maybe get out of the stream and get back in. He may not have heard that though. Let's see. Oh, the Rampage got, people want a new Rampage.
Nice.
Def Not, didn't miss much. Just talking about the giveaway that we're going to be doing next week for the Guess What's Next campaign.
Yeah, the big announcements next week. Answering questions this week.
Right.
Guess what's next?
A military base crawler.
That'd be cool.
Any no hopper will,
It's probably any new hopper in the
or
work.
new hopper in the work.
We've talked about the new hoppers we're coming out with.
Yeah, we mentioned on the show, we've shown you guys a new version of a potential 64, new color palette of them. Hopefully those, get approved and get ordered at some point here soon. So we can get those coming. But that's really as far as the hoppers that we have. Obviously the 59 is still in stock.
Kind of just waiting on samples at this point. So
But
those are coming.
Yeah, but nothing aside from that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Bodies, I know that the official order for the, and I was told I'm okay to say this, but the official order for the Riviera body has been made. The official order for replenishing the 62 bodies has been made as well. So we're hoping to see those before the end of the year if everything goes well.
The Riviera body's pretty sick.
It came out nice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys
Really.
went away from the one piece and went with multi at the end of the day. Kenyon says a Winnebago crawler would be cool. A VW van.
Oh, Winnebago. I thought you said a Wendigo crawler. I was
When,
like, the
I
Wendigo is a crawler.
I probably did say Wendigo. Let's see, Casey Break. Sorry, I thought I had done it before. That is absolutely no worries at all, Casey. Like I said, just enter that information. Like I said, if your dealer's entered in, I'll gladly add you on, brother. No worries at all. I just want to make sure that you fill out the form, and I'll make it happen for you, bro. Romeo, what's going on with you, man?
More questions about 6-scale crawlers.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it seems like it's the topic of the day, so I love it, man.
Apparently that's the thing.
It is. Well, guys, check it out, man. We ran out of time today, but as a reminder, if you are interested in the Bed Dancer and you want to be part of that group, you're going to want to go ahead and pre-order. The link is in the description of this video, where we'll go ahead and get that shared with you guys, and or get you guys involved in that, and you guys can be a part of that community and be a part of the conversation there as well. A standard edition will be available if you don't want to be part of the Founders Edition, but the product that we are working with that group is specifically the Founders Edition. The only difference between the Founders Edition and the Standard Edition is pretty much...
Well, it depends.
Depends.
We haven't decided yet.
We haven't decided what, but it's going to be a standard version, which
So,
will be available down, and it will be cheaper, roughly around 30 to 45 days after we drop the Founders Edition. So, and those dealers will be available to order those as well, from what I understand. That shouldn't be an issue either. But we hope that you guys have a good, blessed rest of your day. Come on back next week. We'll announce the winner of the Guess What's Next campaign. We're going to go ahead and launch a new video for that platform, which I've been stressing and editing, and it's going to be a long weekend of work for me, but it'll be well worth it.
Sounds like Oscar almost lost the camera again. So,
I did.
That's always fun.
We also lost a truck in the river, Salt River.
I saw that.
You saw that? That was fun too. Had to go fishing. I took my 4Runner into the river.
Yeah.
Did you see that video?
No, I was told about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a good time. The commentary was what made it gold, but Guys, appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys here next week. Thank you guys for just hanging out with us and having a good time. As I mentioned before, if you haven't officially put your guess in, make sure you guys click the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to the official form for you guys to be able to fill out. And who knows, you might be the lucky winner of that product. Till next week, Shane's gonna say goodbye. Shane?
Bye.
That's it. That's it.
Yep.
No, hey, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, they know.
They know?
They know. They know I appreciate them.
Oh, wow. See that? They know I appreciate them.
Yeah.
All right.
They know.
You guys stay blessed. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so very much. We're out of here.